All right, we are live. Hey everyone, good evening. We are here at the NHRA Division I banquet. My name is Kelly Kundratic, and we're going to try something new this year. We're going to do some pre-show interviews. We're live. This is just how it's going to roll. So I'm excited to have our first guest here tonight. This is Troy Coughlin Jr., winner of the Top Alcohol Dragster category in Division I. Region 1, Northeast Region. How are we calling it? What is it?
I would say, to me, it's just D1.
There we go.
I mean, that's what I've always known it as. It's an honor to be here. This place is awesome. It's so much more. It's louder than the D3 banquet where I'm from. It seems like more of a farm in D3. So this is really cool.
Every division likes to say that they're a family. We're a family, but I really feel it here in Division I. So glad to have you here. It's your first time to Hershey too?
First time to Hershey. Heck, I went to the Hershey factory and bought some socks that say Hershey. So I'm all in, D1.
You've been baptized in the Hershey water here in Pennsylvania in Division I. So tell us a little bit about your season, and obviously it was a successful one. So what are some of the highlights for you?
Wow, I just have to say work ethic. I mean, Rich and Richie and John, Duke, Charlie G, they all work so hard. We've had parts break, pieces whether it be on the chassis or we'd lose a motor like an Atco in the semis, and we still made it for the final, and thanks to help from a couple of other teams, and we're just really lucky and really honored to get to race for the Big Green team. So they work so hard.
It is really impressive to watch. All of the teams here have done such an incredible job, and that's why they're here. But to be very close witness to this team and the hard work that they've done this year is actually very incredible. So congratulations to you. Let's talk a little bit about next year. Have you decided what you're doing for next year, how it's going to go?
I think we're on tap for the same thing with Rich and Richie and the McPhillips boys. So we're going to try and repeat and hopefully move the national number up a couple ticks.
Excellent. So your first event out, do you have the schedule planned yet?
We're thinking Gainesville Regional so far, so
okay.
But stay tuned. Little Rich, he's building the schedule. All I do is show up and floor it, so whatever he says, I do.
You do it, and you do it well. Enough times to turn on some win lights and get you a couple tables here at the divisional banquet. So congratulations again, Troy, on a phenomenal season. You'll have some time on the stage later to talk, but anyone you want to thank just now?
Oh, all the great sponsors that are with us, Emily Oil, Weld Wheels, Jegs.com, McPhillips Racing, everybody involved, all my family and the crew guys. It's an honor to be here. It's so much fun. We're so lucky, so very fortunate, and thank you.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us, and I'll be sitting with you guys in a little bit, so congratulations, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much for having me.
Awesome. That was Troy Coughlin Jr., Top Alcohol Dragster winner here in Division I. We're just kind of rolling with it. I have a couple other guests lined up for this evening, so as they come up, this is a live show. This is what you get. I'm going to call over to the stage in just a couple of seconds. Allison Doll, Stock Eliminator World Champion and Division Champion as well. So stay tuned, everyone. Good job. Giving us a thumbs up. All right, everyone, we are back with our next guest, Allison Doll, Stock Eliminator World Champion.
Yes.
Wow. And Division Champion. I've had her on my show, TEC Zone, a couple times this year. Phenomenal woman, phenomenal racer, and just honored to be a friend and in the presence of someone that's got that title. So, Allison, tell us a little bit about how you're feeling now. This is pretty incredible.
It's been unbelievable, just a dream season, dream year. I feel incredible. Can't put it into words some days.
Do you think that this feeling will ever wear off, or does it kick in at certain times? You're like, oh yeah, I did that thing.
Yeah, it's always there. It's a great feeling. It definitely kicks in sometimes more than others. You'll see me doing a happy dance or something, No, but definitely, some moments it's just like, oh my God, I did that.
And I absolutely love the story of how you found out that you were a champion. For anybody that hasn't heard, can you tell the story a little bit about that?
Sure. I'm a little bit superstitious, as most racers are. So when the racing kind of ended for us, there were still a few people out west who could pass me by winning Vegas and Pomona. So I didn't want to watch the racing out west, but Doug really did. So we watched the first round of racing in Vegas, the second round, and I'm sitting for the second round watching the racer still win, progress to the next round. And I just said to Doug, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't sit here waiting to see what's going to happen. So we went out to rake leaves. And Doug said basically, oh, I'm going to we'll rake leaves and then we'll go in and watch third round. And I'm like, okay, yeah, right. We'll do that. So we're raking, and
one of the many benefits of living in the Northeast, there's always an endless pile of outside work to do.
There's always outdoor work to do. So Doug's doing the lawnmower, kind of like picking up the leaves with the mower, and I'm raking. Well, he had just said, okay, I'm going to do one more lap. We're going to go in and watch. And I was like, sure, great, okay. So I'm raking. He just turns off the lawnmower so that we can go inside. And the minute he turns it off, my phone chimes. And I'm like, well, that's strange, but it is the weekend. And then it chimes again. And then it just goes nuts. It's like, ding, 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 ding. So I run over and pick it up, and the text is from Alan Reinhart, and it just says, you are the champion.
That's awesome. Again, I love that story because it's just, we try to go about our lives. You can't always make it to every single race. Sometimes it's just, especially going out west from where you guys are located, your home, it's just...
We've done that before. It's a 48-hour drive to Pomona, a 44-hour drive to Vegas. So it's a long haul, and for the position we were in, we looked at going out there. We also looked at the number of runs on the Firebird, and we just decided it wouldn't have been a smart choice.
Yeah. Well,
you can't be at them all.
You can't be at them all. You got to make it smart. But you know what? An incredible season. One that you may find is hard to top in any other year. But where do you go from here? What's the plan for next year? How do you top a season like this?
I'm really looking forward to wearing the number 1 on the car. I think that's one of the most exciting things. So I'm just going to go back to Stock Eliminator and do my best and always hope for a repeat, but just give it my best and hope for the best.
Well, you've got a ton of people cheering you on, a lot of fans. Anyone else you'd like to thank? I don't want to spoil your speech for later, but we can't give enough plugs to the people that make this happen for us. So please feel free.
Definitely. Mostly my family. My husband, Doug, he plays such a big part in all this. My brother, Steve, and my parents, Alan, Sue Smith. So many friends that help us, like Donnie Moulton. He's like my other brother.
Yep, they're over there holding the bar line down. We got it. The party's going.
Firmly in the bar line. That's got to be at least Steve's 4th beer.
It's fine. It's fine.
What
it's a
time
night
is
to celebrate.
We're not here to keep time,
it's Allison. Be fun. It is 5 o'clock here.
It's 5 o'clock everywhere. So, yep. So they're all here. They're all here to cheer me on. And Doug's family's here, which is just so special. So definitely family. I'd say that's family and friends foremost to thank. And, of course, Portree Timing Systems, which is my parents' company.
So a little plug for Portree and for you guys hauling down the trees here at the Division I Banquet. This year we're doing a bunch of new things. This is such a fun and exciting year. But you guys have brought down the practice trees. We're going to have a practice tree race later on after the banquet ends. So thank you guys for bringing those down, supplied by Portree.
No problem. It's kind of funny. Everyone's asking me for the details of the practice tree race, and I'm like, I set up the tree. that's what I've done. So
I can tell you about the tree and the electronics.
I can tell you how the tree works. I can tell you one's going to be full and one's going to be pro, but logistically I got nothing. I'm sorry, guys.
You did mention, though, that they are for sale. You don't want to take them back with you. So have they been spoken for?
The tree is sold. One of the trees actually belongs to the division office.
Okay.
If I sold that on Dave Boney, probably wouldn't be happy. So don't worry, Dave, your
whatever
tree's
you
safe.
get the price for it, I mean, maybe he wouldn't mind.
Don't worry, Dave, your tree's safe. I won't let Kelly sell it for you.
I don't know. I can't.
But if they do it again next year, we'll definitely have the trees for sale again. We love bringing them. We don't want to bring them back.
Awesome. Well, we'll talk a little bit about the practice tree race here. One of the people running it, Tommy Staubel, we'll have him up in a minute to talk a little bit about that and some other things. But Allison, pleasure talking to you. Congratulations again. I am just floored at the person you are and just such an incredible person and racer. And it really is it's an honor to have you here and as a friend too. So
giving me chills. Thank you for having me too. I love speaking to you all the time. You and your family
are awesome. Well, thanks.
Especially your dad. I was keeping him in check in the bar last
Oh
night.
my gosh. So that's not
Sorry, Jeff.
We love him. He's a great guy. It takes a division. Like it takes a division to keep us all in check. So
For sure.
very good. Well, thanks for joining me, and we'll hear from you in a little while up on stage.
A little nerve-wracking, but
Yeah.
sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. We are here with Frankie Aragona, comp world champion, comp division champion too. Yes. So super successful racer. If you know anything about the comp class, it goes hand in hand, synonymous with the Aragona name. So thanks for being here, Frankie.
Thanks for having me.
Looks like you've got the whole family here too to celebrate with you.
They all came out to support me as usual.
Very good. So tell us, I know I've talked to you a couple times over the season. Overall, obviously a very successful season. What were the highlights for you?
Probably the number one highlight was Indy, winning Indy. So it's something I always wanted to do. And the whole year was just an amazing year. I don't know if I'll be able to ever top this year because I won Indy, I won the All-Stars, I won a division championship, and the World Championship. So I don't know what more you could do.
Yeah, that's the trifecta. So you pretty much hit it. That's like being the Triple Crown winner. You did it.
I'll be happy to win a trophy this year.
Very good. Yeah, you know what? After a year like that, you know what? If you go out, I don't want to say it, but if you were to go out first round every time, it's like, you know what? Last year I used it and I rocked it. So we don't.
Back-to-back championships and all that. It's just amazing.
I don't see that happening, by the way. And in no way are my words gospel.
It's best for it not to happen.
Very good, very good. Well, I know that everybody likes to take an opportunity to thank people. We can never do that enough. It's not a one-person sport.
No, absolutely. Without everybody that supports me, and there's so many people, we'd be here all night if I had to list everyone.
I think your mic is tricky. There we go.
All right.
There we go. Now we're at the good part.
So there's so many that I'd have to thank. We'd be here all night making a list, but my wife and kids, just to putting up with me being gone all the time. My dad, who's been with me for pretty much every run I've ever made in a race car, and he's my crew chief. And then there's Davey Deeney, who's co-crew chief with my dad now, and my Uncle Joe, and just everybody, and all the companies that support us. It's just a big list, and really lucky to have them all. Very
Excellent.
blessed.
Very good. And you've got your kids here. They race too.
Yep.
Yeah. How do you fit all of that in? How do you make it all happen?
It's tough.
There's 52 weeks in a year,
We're going like crazy all the time.
So, how are they doing in juniors? Do they?
Yeah, they only run in the divisionals right now because this way I'm
Yep.
already at the race and they come, and I've been running one car at the divisionals, so it's easier for me with their two cars. And my son had a great year. He got another Wally this year. He's won a Wally every year he's been competing. And my daughter,
These kids are tough.
Yeah.
That's
My daughter Emma, she started a little later than him. He wanted to be a race car driver from the minute he knew about it. She wasn't sure, but she started 2 years ago, and she got to runner-up this year, so she's doing well.
That's awesome.
I told her when she gets consistent, she moved up to because she's 14 now, so last year she moved
She's
up.
14 already?
Yeah, look
Oh
at
my
her.
gosh.
So she moved up to that class, and that's a tough class because it goes from 14 to 18.
Yeah.
And
It's
a lot
a
of
big
these kids been racing 10 years.
You're racing. I mean, these are kids that are
Yeah.
racing. Young kids racing. Young, 14. It's
Right.
younger than kids that are, have their license, car license, or driving on the street. That's a big
It's
spread
crazy.
in class.
And with
Yeah.
10 years experience,
Yeah.
some of them pretty killer.
Yeah.
So she got the runner-up, and she wasn't too consistent on a tree. She wanted a new motor because her motor only goes like 840s. So she said, I want to go 790. I said, all right, well, when you get consistent on a tree, then we'll talk about it. So
That's
after
a
I said
big-
that, it was like it flipped the switch, and all of a sudden she got consistent. She got a runner-up, and she lost a good final, but she did well. And
Awesome.
so we're getting her a new motor.
So I'm sure that's really a big honor for you too. Having your family with you, and everybody gets to do this together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And seeing everybody do it.
Now I experience what my dad did when I started driving. There's nothing better than your kid winning is better than you winning.
I could imagine. So it's super exciting to see. I've said it a couple times already, this division, and I don't know if it's like this in other divisions, but we're super lucky here because we all feel like a family, but you've got families racing now with all their families, and we can keep it together.
Yep.
So.
And you know what was one of the most amazing things about this year is all the other races and all the other classes, like following all along, and just, you know, the thumbs up and the excitement and the true, you know, joy that they see me doing well and saying congratulations.
Yeah.
That, you know, you can't put a price on that. All those people watching.
I don't know, have you noticed if it's different now because of our technology use? I feel like anybody can instantly find out and follow each other, and that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's been an amazing ride, and I hope it keeps going, but like I said, I set out every year that if I win one trophy, it's a successful year, because you know how many people never won a trophy in their career.
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at it.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. Thanks for coming up here and joining me on this.
Thank you very much.
I never know what I'm going to say, and you were like, all right, let's just go with it. I'm like, okay, great.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Anytime,
Thanks,
I'll be
Frankie.
here. All right, you're welcome.
All-Star Comp Division Champion, trifecta, the triple crown, if you will, of drag racing. He did it, and glad to have him in the presence of us here at the Division Banquet. Our next guest is standing over here talking to someone. I don't want to interrupt him, so we'll give him just a couple minutes, but I also want to take a moment to say thanks. Thanks, NHRA, for allowing me to do this. I'm having a blast. I like to do this to be able to bring racers' stories to other people. We're all just people trying to do this and have fun. So I'm just another person that's trying to have fun and be in my community of people that I really care about and talk to them and get to know them. So it's a pleasure and an honor for them to allow me to do this, and thanks for watching and thanks for having me. I'm going to take a quick break and we'll be back with Tommy Stalba. All right, so we are back, joined with Tom Stalba Jr. He is Super Comp champion this year in the Division One series, and also finished third in Super Gas.
That's correct.
So pretty incredible year, not just in one category, but in two.
It was nice, yes. Finishing 10th in the nation in both cars, Super Gas, Super Comp. It was definitely a great year, that's for sure.
So how is that? I mean, those aren't the only things you have to worry about. You have a business and you have two kids that run juniors too, and a wife that runs alcohol. So like, how do you manage all of that?
I'll tell you, that stress level's way up there, but you know what? We do it. Somehow, you know, you have that will to go out there, race, and work hard, and make sure your kids go. You got that drive, and it doesn't stop. It's something that we love to do. The family loves racing, so we work hard. And we play hard. I mean, that's what it is. You know, you have to work, keep things going, and when you get to the racetrack, we enjoy everything that we do there. Spending time with the family, with the friends, and all the competition that goes on. It just drives us. So it's tough. You know, at times it's everybody scrambling, trying to get the trailer ready, trying to make sure the motorhome's ready, make sure the cars are ready. You know, it's not easy. You know, it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of help from a lot of friends.
Sure. And Karen does an excellent job keeping everyone updated on, and you guys do a great job promoting your sponsors too. So not to steal a little bit from your speech probably later on, but if you want to talk and thank the people that you want to thank.
Oh, for sure. Always. Last time we got together, I almost forgot them, so I might as well start out with them right now. But Charlie and Eddie, I got to thank him. He's that guy that, you know, I don't have to tell him to do anything. He just comes over, handles everything that I need to keep the cars going during the rounds, in between rounds. So he does a great job, and I really appreciate him. Lucas Oil, of course, they've done great for us and supported us for this long, and we definitely appreciate all the help they give us. Hoosier Racing Tire, what more can I say about the tire? And, you know, Farron and Roy, these guys do a great job, and it's just proven, you know, how many races we win and championships we win with those tires. And we have VP Race Fuels, you know, them guys, they're excellent fuel. You know, we'd love to see you back for the NHRA deal, but, you know, we still use your product, and we appreciate the support that you give us. And APD, Joe and John and all those guys over there, they do a great job with carburetors. And I want to thank a few other people this year too. AA Auto Salvage, of course, those guys back home, all the support they give us while we're out at the racetrack and keeping the place going for us. And Kenny Moses, Duke Bodner, Debbie Moses, of course, those guys for going out west and really having a great time with them and taking care of everything while we were flying back and forth and making that whole trip happen for the last 2 years. It's definitely, I appreciate it. And I'll tell you what, I hope we do it again next year. It's a lot of fun, that's for sure. Who else do I got? Michael Bodner. Michael Bodner, I tell you what, you made me laugh this year. Made me smile and gave me a little bit more energy to keep going and have that competitive edge. And it was a lot of fun, no matter what your dad was going to shut your car off on you or not. But you know what, we had a good time on it. And hopefully we get a lot more going on in the near future here.
Yeah. Michael Bodner, another competitor that had a great season in Division One, finished third in Super Comp. And
yes,
so awesome to see competitors that are friends. Obviously, a lot of us here in the room, we're competing against each other, but at the end of the day, we can come together and do some pretty great things. You and Mike planned something for this evening, too. I've talked a little bit about it, but in the spirit of trying new things, 2020, new decade, new stuff, later this evening, you guys have put your heads together and come up with an event for racers to enjoy together, too. And
we did. And, how many times have we been coming? And, afterwards, everybody just hangs out and there's nothing really going on. And, you got a lot of young kids here now, they're all getting enthused, and I want them to see what we used to do back in the day. We used to, have parties and do all that kind of stuff. So, I got with Dave and I said, Dave, listen, how about after the party, we put on a couple of Christmas tree, practice tree races, maybe a cornhole race, or, let's do something. Let's, have a bar open till 1 o'clock instead of 10:30,
Mm-hmm.
And, I didn't think it was going to go far, but, he said, let me think about it. And he called me back about a week later and says, hey, I think you got a good idea. I was like, oh, great. Well, and we just kept going with it. And Allison came up and brought some trees, and Dave got the cornhole tournament stuff. And,
oh, yeah.
And that's going to be great. We're going to have a good time tonight. So I hope a lot of people hang out and enjoy themselves tonight. That's what the whole thing is. Come out, have a good time, and show the young kids, where the young kids and the parents and some of the racers can get together and have a lot of fun.
Division One over the last couple of years has done an incredible job of keeping families together. I think that when I first started in juniors, there were junior races, and we had to stay at the track, at our home track every weekend if I wanted to do that, and Dad was always on the road. But now we're evolving and we're doing more things, and I think that that's a credit to the staff that we have here in Division One and our people that are running it. Just being innovative and listening to what the racers want. I think that's great.
That's right.
Yeah.
Listen, we have some people that came on board in Division One, like Dan Paponio, and everyone's there. They're dedicated to Division One. They love the division. All the families here, we all love our division. Our division is Division One. We're Division One. We're number one. We are, and we're all family. We all like each other. We all have a good time. We're friends. We all support each other, and it matters with the kids. The kids see that, and they want to be part of it. So for Division One and Dave to bring a lot of these programs on for .90 programs, the bounty hunter deals, and all those things that we have going on inside the division makes it great. It really does. It helps us along and brings us all together. And I'll tell you, even look back over the past few years, right? How many people actually finished 8 races during the course of a season? Now, we had some hard times, right? Economy's been bad and all that kind of stuff. But I'll tell you what, you look at this year and you look at how many people actually went to 8 full races this year. It's impressive, and I hope that it gets better and it keeps going and everybody just keeps pulling together and supports the division, because we have the best division out there.
Yeah.
It's just been, it's great that we have that good group there and everybody supporting it.
When times are hard, we see track closures and track changing hands and bracket programs going away and changing how they're formatted. It's really great to know that we have the support of the division and support of a lot of really great tracks and management and how they're run too. We're all in this together, and we're trying to figure it out. So
that's for sure. And with that said too, like we had the Beaver Blast, and I'm going to talk briefly about that for a second. And I'm going to be the director of the Beaver Blast for the next 5 years or so. I talked to Mike McCracken, and he's given me a call and said that he needed a little bit of help with promoting the race. He was struggling with it a little bit. So I came on board with him, and we're putting together probably one of the best junior races of the year. Save the date, July 30th to August 2nd. It's going to be a 4-day race, and the kids are going to have a lot of money to run for. The details will be coming. They are very close to coming out. All the sponsors are coming to me, and we have some major announcements coming up, but we're going to have a Facebook page, and we're going to have a Facebook Live, and maybe we'll do some updates with Kelly here.
Very cool.
And she's always, very supportive of us, and it's coming. So make sure all you junior families and junior guys, you're going to have one hell of a weekend for July, end of July, beginning of August, that's for sure.
Awesome.
It's going to be the Summer Blast at Beaver Spring.
Very cool. Well, thanks for taking that on and providing more opportunities for our families to race together. Tommy, always a pleasure to talk to you. Congratulations on an awesome season, and we're going to wrap up here and get the banquet on the road. So,
all right, thank you, and it's always a pleasure coming on your show. You do a great job, and I love it. It's an awesome deal. So, let's get back to the banquet here and get this thing started, and we'll get the festivities afterwards. That would be great.
Yep, time to celebrate.
That's it.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
All right, everyone. With that, we're going to wrap up here in some of our pre-show interviews. Joining the rest and celebrating the champions for this year, 2019 divisional banquet. So thanks so much for having me. My name's Kelly Kundratic, and we'll see you soon.